Okay, we're back, we're back. We are now on the second half of chapter 2 in our Florida Principal Practice and Law book. We were talking about, and we still are talking about, number one, we were talking about mutual recognition and reciprocity. Remember, reciprocity is a no-no in the state of Florida. Down below on page 23, there's qualifications for sales associate. Some of them guys are probably basic. I mean, you've learned this stuff in high school, so don't go sweating it, okay? You know you have to be 8 years of age. 8 years of age. Sweat that. Even though some of our 8 years of age are smart. 18 years of age, high school diploma, you gotta have the Social Security card. Guys, just to give you some little tidbits that will help you throughout this course. When this book starts repeating itself about things, make sure that you have clarity on those subjects that they're constantly repeating. They're repeating them for a reason, okay? So make sure you know about it, what they're talking about. Over on page 25, licensee's application, here's another repeat in the gray box. U.S. Social Security number, yes, you do need it. You're not getting out of that. Down below it talks about the educational requirement. You have to have your course 1, 60 hours. It consists of 60 hours with 3 hours of the end of the course examination, and you have to make a passing score of 75. Page 26, they talk about a couple of people that are exempt from some things. 4-year degree, if you have a 4-year degree, why would you want to even come back and redo the class? No, 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 no. Sometimes guys just think kind of logically, it'll help you through the course, okay? But if you go to UCF, get your 4-year degree or any 4-year degree university in real estate. Don't come here with basket weaving, trying to be exempt from this course with a 4-year degree in basket weaving. Nothing against basket weaving, okay? If you do it well. However, and Florida licensed attorneys, they are exempt from the sales associate class. However, if they want to get their brokers, they do have to go to the brokers class, okay? Down to the bottom, license examination. When you take the test at state level, you must pass it with a 75, okay? Over to the page 27, to the bottom, line 25, very important subject, post-licensing education. So once you are granted that real estate license, your first renewal is called a post. It will be done within 18 or 24 months after you receive the license. If you have not completed the post course by the time your time period is up, which is between the 18 or 24 months, and you will know, and there's only 2 months that you can take it, and we'll get further into that. Your license will become null and void. Make sure, guys, that you remember that. It is on line 30 on page 27. It doesn't become inactive when you don't do your post. It becomes null and void, and that is your first renewal, okay? Don't forget that. Over on page 28, there is an exception to the rule. That is something that the commissioners will look into. Hardship case. If you ran into that situation, that's something that they will let you know. Now, underneath there, continue education, after you have completed your first renewal, which is the what? It's the post. Then every 2 years, you have a continual education. It is called the 14-hour course, okay? That's every 2 years, and that is after the post. Here's the deal with the continuing education 14-hour. You have 2 years to do it. You don't do it within the 2 years. For the continuation, that becomes involuntarily inactive. Now, the 14-hour course has a grace period. So let's say your 2 years came up, you didn't do it. The state of Florida will give you another 2 years, okay? They'll give you another 2 years. So if you go ahead, take your 14-hour course, pay your fees or fine, they'll flip you back on to active. Let's just say you got real lazy. You decided you were going to go to Jamaica. And on top of that, you went to Jamaica without asking your friends, without asking your real estate instructor. You just take off and then come back showing us all your little Jamaican twos. That just don't work. It's having fun with you. But anyhow, let's just say after that 12 months grace period, You still didn't do it. Now you've got hacked on another 14 hours. So now you're looking at 28 hours that you have to do. And guys, if you go beyond 24 months, your license becomes null and void. So let me put it this way. Let's just say Susie was scheduled to take her continuing education 14 months ago. How many hours would she have to take? Well, she's past her grace period first year, because the first grace period is between 1 to 12 months. So if they say 14 months, or if it's after 14 months, she now has to take 28 hours. If they say Susie was scheduled to take her 14-hour course 10 months ago, now she's looking at just having to take the 14-hour course, okay? Here again, important stuff, make sure you're clear on that. On page 30, brokers have to do broker posts as well. That's your lines 16 to 25. Their broker post, though, is 60 hours. So sales associate broker post 45, broker post 60 hours. Same thing happens if they don't take theirs, null and void, okay? Yes, they can try to go get an exception to go down to sales associate, but the main thing is null and void. Yes, they have to take 14-hour course, so they have to do that thing as well. On page 30 down to the bottom, they have registration and licensure. When you're doing your application with the state, that is an example of you registering, that process of registering with the state. That's what it's known as. Flip on over to page 32, real estate services. You see that box, and they have the acronym ABAR sale. Those are all the 8 services of real estate. And if you do any of these services of real estate, you need a real estate license, except if you're exempt, which is on the next page. However, it specifically tells you on page 33, line 1 through 6, compensation. Anyone who performs real estate service for another person for compensation of any type must be licensed unless specifically exempt by the law. And then it goes on to tell you what compensation is, okay? It is defined, anything of value or valuable consideration. So don't come having your uncle, selling your Uncle Joe's house for him and telling Uncle Joe that he needs to give you $10,000 for selling that house for them, and you don't have a real estate license. Just what do you and Uncle Joe think that you guys are doing? Okay? All right, okay. Down below, page 33, there are some individuals who are exempt from real estate licensing. If you are one of the exemption people, certainly I can take your real estate commission. I'm just having fun with you again, okay? But here again, there are some people who are exempt. Attorneys are exempt. One of the reasons, if you think about it, you know, and this is Bernice's version, okay, that attorneys may be exempt, that's pretty much how they get paid a lot of times anyhow, is by commission. So instead of the state of Florida just kind of changing their whole pay structure, they are exempt. And on top of that, when they pass the Florida bar, they do get that sales associate license. They've got CPA guys in here are exempt if you sell cemetery, a person who sells cemetery lots, and of course the attorney is under there, court-appointed individuals. Oh, I like this one, line 35 through 37 on page 34. I absolutely like this. It says apartment property owners or property management firms for the purpose of paying a finder's fee of no more than $50 to a tenant of the complex. So here's the deal. If Jerry walks into your complex office and tells you here is a referral, and the referral goes ahead and signs the lease, and Jerry himself is not living there, let's just say Jerry don't even live in the state of Florida, don't go giving Jerry $50, okay? That's not what that's an example of. Jerry is supposed to be a tenant there of the property. He brings someone in, they sign the lease, he's not licensed, that's fine. The state of Florida says you can give him $50, okay? Guys, that's a quick overview summary of your chapter 2 in 2 parts. Here again, back to if there's something you need that we can help you with. To those students that are with the E2B Solutions, guys, you have us on speed dial. or Meon speed dial or Meon email or something like that. But if you're another student at another one of the schools, we have some awesome real estate schools in the state of Florida. And if this can be of help to you, or if I can be of help to you, hey, give us a call. Have a super one. Until we meet around the campfire for another chapter.